The energy around the Los Angeles Rams right now feels different, doesn't it? There is a quiet tension building inside the facility as we look toward a future that seems closer than many realize. Something is shifting behind the scenes, and for the true Rams faithful, this is the moment to lean in. We are chasing another Super Bowl, but the foundation is being rebuilt in real time. Before we dive into the hidden moves Les Snead is making, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to join the real Rams family. We need you here right now. The news out of the Rams facility recently has a lot of people talking, but you have to look past the surface to see what is really happening. Les Snead was incredibly clear when he discussed the direction of this draft class, and it is sending ripples through the fan base. This wasn't a draft designed for instant gratification or immediate headlines. Instead, it feels like a calculated emotional investment in the long-term stability of the Rams house. Snead is essentially saying that this group was brought in for depth and future needs rather than immediate impact. Now that might sound safe, but in the world of the NFL, nothing is ever truly safe. There is a specific kind of pressure that comes with a redshirt philosophy. Take a look at the quarterback room. Matthew Stafford is coming off an elite season, and he is playing at a level that keeps our Super Bowl window wide open. But we all know the reality. He's a veteran who has battled through incredible physical tolls. That brings us to Ty Simpson. The plan right now is for Simpson to sit, to watch, and to learn from one of the best to ever do it. It makes sense emotionally and strategically. Simpson is young and inexperienced, and throwing him into the fire too early could ruin everything we are trying to build. But here is the thing that keeps fans up at night. What happens if the unthinkable occurs? Stafford has been mostly healthy since arriving in Los Angeles, but those back issues from last year haven't totally faded from our memory. Nothing is guaranteed in this league. The reports suggest that even if Simpson were forced into action and played well, the team would likely revert back to Stafford. That creates a strange dynamic of patience versus urgency. It feels like we are walking a tightrope between being a contender today and preparing for the day the lights go out on the current era. It is a transition that is happening quietly behind the closed doors of rookie minicamps and early meetings. We are watching a slow-motion evolution of the roster, and it forces us to ask if we are okay with waiting for these players to bloom while the clock is ticking on our veteran core. This is the new reality for every single person who calls themselves a Rams fan. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because the depth chart is becoming a puzzle that Sean McVay has to solve. It's not just about the quarterback, it's about the supporting cast that keeps this engine running. Look at the tight end situation with someone like Max Clare. On paper, it seems almost impossible for him to find a way onto the field this year. We have Colby Parkinson leading the way, Terrence Ferguson expected to take a massive leap, and the return of Tyler Higbee. Add in Davis-Allen, and suddenly Clare looks like he is buried at the fourth spot. But as Rams fans, we know that McVay has this incredible ability to find the next big thing in the most unlikely places. Think back to how Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp emerged. They weren't just players, they became the heartbeat of the offense because they were ready when the moment called. For Clare to even get a sniff of the grass, he would need in legendary training camp, or unfortunately, we'd have to see an injury to a guy like Higbee. It's a bittersweet reality of the NFL. We want these kids to succeed, but we never want it to be at the cost of our established stars. And you look at the trenches. Keegan Trost was drafted to be that versatile swing tackle we desperately need. Our starting five on the offensive line is basically set in stone, but that stone has some cracks. Steve Avila has dealt with health hurdles over the last couple of years, and Alaric Jackson has his own serious medical history to manage. The Rams likely hope they never have to see Trost on the field as a rookie, because that would mean the starters are healthy and dominant. But there is a hidden tension there. If the line starts to crumble, the entire season could rest on a rookie's ability to protect Stafford's blind side. It's a high-stakes gamble on developmental talent. You can feel the cautious optimism in the air, but it's mixed with the realization that our depth is being tested before the first whistle even blows. This isn't just about filling roster spots, it's about the emotional weight of knowing that one play could change the entire future. We have to be prepared for every single outcome as the team marches towards another grueling NFL campaign. But this is where things change, and the competition starts to get really intense. If you want to see where the real sparks are going to fly this offseason, you have to look at the wide receiver room. We are entering one of the biggest position battles we have seen in years. C.J. Daniels is stepping into a situation that is both a dream and a nightmare for a young player. He is looking at a depth chart that features Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams at the top. That is a mountain to climb. But the third wide receiver spot, that is wide open, and it is where the future of this offense could be decided. Daniels has the route running and the physicality at the catch point to be special. Some are saying he has an edge over guys like Konata Mumpfield or Xavier Smith. But here is the catch. McVay is a coach who values trust and experience over almost anything else. Both Whittington and Smith have been in this system, they know the nuances, and they have shown they can be relied on when the pressure is at its highest. If Daniels wants to break through, he has to prove he can do the dirty work, like blocking in the run game, which is the hidden key to getting on the field for the Rams. This battle isn't just about stats. It's about who fits the identity of a team that refuses to be outworked. It makes you wonder what this really means for the chemistry of the group. If a rookie can push a veteran out of a rotation, it changes the energy in the locker room. It creates a sense of urgency that permeates every practice. Because this could become something much bigger than just a battle for WR3. This is about finding the next weapon that keeps defenses from doubling Puka. It's about the Super Bowl pressure that demands perfection from every single player on the 53-man roster. And that's the biggest question facing this coaching staff right now. Do you go with the proven reliability of the guys who have been here, or do you gamble on the explosive potential of someone like Daniels? The implications for our scoring output are massive. If we find that third reliable option, this offense becomes truly unstoppable and a nightmare for every defensive coordinator in the league. I'm going to be honest with you guys, the defensive side of the ball is what actually worries me the most, but it's also where I see the most potential for a surprise. The defensive line is probably the deepest unit we have right now. You've got Poona Ford, Kobe Turner, and Braden Fiska, who have already proven they can play at this level. Then you have Ty Hamilton and Tyler Davis pushing for snaps. For a 7th-round pick like Tim Keenan III, the road to the field looks almost impossible. But I think fans should really pay attention to what Keenan brings to the table. He is exactly the kind of massive space-eating nose tackle that this defense has been craving for the middle of that line. We saw Ty Hamilton struggle at times during his rookie year, and that creates a tiny crack in the door for someone like Keenan to kick it wide open. If he can show even a little bit of pass rush upside during training camp, we might be looking at a major steal. I really like the idea of having a true anchor in the middle to let our edge rushers work. This could be incredible for our run defense, which has been a point of concern in the past. But this move also highlights the uncertainty of our transition. We are moving away from the era of established superstars at every level and moving toward this blue-collar, developmental approach. It's a shift in team identity that feels both exciting and terrifying. I want to believe that these late-round picks are the hidden gems that will keep us in contention for years to come. But I also know the risk. If these developmental players don't step up when the starters need a breather, the defense could wear down late in games. It's a delicate balance that Les Snead is trying to strike. He's betting on his ability to scout talent that fits the culture. This feels like a turning point for the franchise. We aren't just the trade-heavy team anymore, we are building through the youth. It's a new era for the Rams. And while I'm cautiously optimistic, I can't help but feel the weight of the expectations. We don't do rebuilding years. We do championships. That is the Rams' way. And it is why every move matters so much to us as loyal fans. As we wrap this up, it is clear that the story of the 2026 Rams rookie class is only just beginning. The tension is real, the stakes are high, and the future of the franchise is being molded right in front of our eyes. Les Snead has laid out a plan that prioritizes patience. But as we all know, the NFL has a way of throwing plans out the window the moment the ball is snapped. We are watching a high-wire act where the team is trying to remain a Super Bowl contender, while simultaneously preparing for a world without their veteran anchors. Will Ty Simpson ever see the field this year? Will CJ Daniels become the breakout star we need? Can Tim Keenan III defy the odds of his draft position? These are the questions that will define our season and our future. The uncertainty is part of the journey, and for us, the faithful, it makes every practice report and every preseason snap feel like a matter of life and death for our championship hopes. The story is not over, and something bigger is definitely coming as we move closer to the regular season. But I want to hear from you. Which rookie do you think is going to be the biggest surprise? Do you trust Snead's long-term plan? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay locked in with us. This is the Rams House, and stay faithful.